gave us the power, so we he's showing out, that's why we
Yo, we are back. Episode 59 of the Not the Same podcast, hosted by this one word. C-Micah, ain't no name up under there, but it's there. You know who it is. My brother over there to the right, my homeboy, Mr. Rob Redeem. What's up, sir?
Good, man. No shades, no headaches, no coughs, chest feeling good, you know.
No, that brother was on a struggle bus, struggle bed, struggle show, struggle everything. You know, that brother was doing the shows with the glasses on, looking like Prime. Looking like Prime on here. But he good now, man. Bless the Lord.
I'm good. The bags didn't go nowhere, but the pain did.
I ain't got nothing to say about that.
All right.
Jeremiah, hey, DJ Jeremiah, appreciate you sliding through, brother. From the Track Stars, our brother.
Definitely. Hey, that brother sparked, this ain't the show, but that brother sparked a nice little conversation the other day.
Oh, DJ Jeremiah always do it. All right, man, if you are watching us live and direct on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or wherever you is watching us, we need you to do something very, very, very important. You need to do what you see on the screen right now. Hit that like button so everybody can know that we are live on the Not the Same podcast. And while you're liking, go ahead and subscribe. And while you're subscribing, go ahead and hit that notification bell. And we saw y'all that trying to like before the show even started. Don't be tricking. Don't be sneaking around, man. Like when we go live. No, I'm kidding, bro.
Yeah, anyway. We also want to give a shout out to our rebroadcasters, 520 Collective, our homeboy Scooter, Praise 365 Radio,
Mr.
Terrible Radio. Yeah,
hey, he said, "Boo, bring back Brinson wannabe."
The Brinson wannabe is gone, bro. The Shades is gone. We also want to give a shout out, man. You done messed me up. The Takeover. Our man RYC Praise News, our man Orlando Page. His Hop out there in Las Vegas. Sam His Hop on the podcast and the His Hop Radio Network. So shout out to all our rebroadcasters, man, because we couldn't do it without y'all. And if y'all want to be a rebroadcast, holla at your boys.
Holla at your boy. I love you, Chris. Chris, we're always fun. All these steps, I just want to watch in peace.
No.
You got to do the steps, boy. You got to do the steps. All right, man, we have a special guest to be with us for the rest of, I wanted to say the big word, but for the rest of the show. I about to say the duration. But the rest of our show, our homeboy, Mr. Ric Sincere.
Duration is a big word, one word. We got some problems.
Hey, right now, it's a big word, brother. I'm telling you. I done had one of them days. It's a big word, one word.
Okay.
But yeah, man, we're going to have our special guest on with us tonight, man. Owner of the MTMV Podcast Network, doing a whole lot of big stuff. Our homeboy, Mr. Ric Sincere, man. We're going to go to the next screen. But before we get with Ric Sincere here, he's going to pop in on the What's Poppin' page. So, Rob, I got a question for you.
Yeah, man.
Somebody tell me what's pop. Did you see him? That boy super light skin over there. But that's our brother.
That boy letting this. He came on letting this anointing light shine.
Letting his soul glow.
Instantly bringing down the camera quality.
I'm finna instantly. I got control over him. I'm bring down your brightness, brother, because you is not that light. I seen you in real life, brother. You ain't that light.
Right. That brother looked like he got cocoa butter and powder on at the same time.
This is our brother, Mr. Ric Sincere, man. Like I said, the owner of the MTMV, My Team, My Voice Network. If you saw him before, I think it might have been one of our very first shows of the sports show. Yeah. He gave the story, the collective story of how MTMV, the name came to be. We're not going to have him bring that back up, but salute to our brother on how that came to be. And he is the owner of a company that we are a part of, gladly a part of. We do retreats. We do all kind of stuff, man. So I just want to salute you, brother, on the YouTube page and everything you do. And he do a lot of HBCU type stuff, man. Not only HBCU, but he rock for the HBCUs as well. He graduated from Grambling. You know what I'm saying? So he might as well talk about where he graduated from. One word, it took you forever. Took you forever to get there, but anyway.
It did. Real talk, man. I was not even thinking about it. It wasn't in my wheelhouse, you know what I mean? But because of certain situations, because of some closed doors, God sent me to, talking about that, and then that opened up, a world, man. And so we've been blessed to kind of dive into the HBCU space and then represent our HBCU.
What up, D?
What up,
one of our faithful watchers and listeners, Miss D. Winder. Good to see you, sis. All right, man, let's get into it, man. Very first subject, Georgia crushes TCU in the championship game. Brother, now listen, before I even let Rob go, even Rick talk about this, man, I got to come, what they say, with with my hat in my hand, because I was, when TCU whooped on Michigan, I was sent Rob the text. I even got into our group chat on the MTMV group chat over there, and I was talking about, man, look at TCU. I was happy about it, not just because they got Christian in their name, but because I thought they was different, and I figured what they did to Michigan was gonna happen to Georgia, and that was a very big, huge.
No,
it did not happen. And Rob, you can take over now, because I repent. Yeah. I repent, my brother.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. I'm gonna do these, and then we're gonna let our guests speak. Listen, look, 65-7 blowout. They blew them boys all the way out. They had 335 total yards to 152. I mean, I'm sorry, that was passing. 589 total to 188. The list just goes on. Look, man, TCU had a punter who's 30 years old. Listen, one word. Get off the field. Somebody, he want to come back next year. They led off with that story. I say they about to lose. I'm going to tell you why. Because you being selfish, one word. Let Jimmy from one of these high schools across the nation. Yeah. You taking a roster spot in the scholarship. Go sit your old tail down.
Why I got to be Jimmy, though, bro? Why can't a Bobby go to TCU? Why can't a Marcus go?
Whatever popular punter name there is.
Why can't a Devontae go?
Yeah, no, there's never. Why?
I've never seen a Devontae
punter. Side note. Why is there never any black kickers?
Yes.
I have never seen a black kicker, actually.
You've never seen a black kicker? Y'all know the black punters, right?
No, kicker. No. I'm talking about like field goal kicker.
Oh, kicker. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the funny part is even at the HBCUs, the kickers don't be black.
No.
Well, that's HBC. So the one white guy. No, but not for Jackson State, because the one white guy for Jackson State. He dropped the pass, and that's why they didn't win. But no hate to our white delegation.
Hey, we're not doing that, man. Don't get on that young man. Hey, they really came for that young man, bro. He wasn't the only one, though. He wasn't the only one of that.
He was the one that dropped the main one that counted, though.
But I will say this for Georgia. I've been on Georgia team since last year. I've been saying Georgia. And I said it this year. He went with TCU. I'm trying to push past that. But, 31-year-old, one word. Let Jimmy get a scholarship so he can get off and try to make it to the next. You done, bro.
Crispy. Jeez. Black people ain't got legs, right? Dudes be in the gym. They be all big up top and small at the bottom. That ain't black people, man. We very athletic. Yeah, we ain't kicking.
Yeah, we're not great at it.
All right, any thoughts on that game, brother? I know we had a meeting that night, but
look, to be honest with you, we had the meeting set up, right? So we had the meeting set up for 9:30 that night, and I said, man, I called the voice. I said, man, yo, should I move this meeting, right? And he said, well, there's two things that could happen, right? Either the meeting will either happen during halftime, or the game will be so far out of reach that nobody will care about it and they'll pay attention in the meeting. And option B happened. So when we get to the meeting, by that time, what is it, 49-7 or something like that? It was ridiculous at half.
Yeah,
and
ridiculous.
Nobody's like looking to the side or wondering about what's happening with the game.
No. Everybody was locked in. It was a very good meeting because of that.
I tell you what, I was watching my favorite movie. I'm sorry, I missed the meeting.
We know. Go ahead, Rick. Go ahead, Rick.
Look, I didn't even want to get into that. I was gonna let that slide. But if you really pay attention, look, I'm looking at this game, just to kind of the first half. I thought that there was a chance that it would be that type of blowout, right?
Yeah.
But you don't want that, right? You want a good competitive game, especially for a championship game. This is the nightmare for the NCAA, right? Like, this is not what they want.
Not at all.
Not at all. People are advocating for an 18 playoff, 12-team playoff, right? This ain't what you want. You don't want a 14 playoff to end up in a 65-7 blowout. I'm talking about they bringing in the third, fourth, fifth, sixth string, and they all scoring touchdowns. It makes no sense. And I, like you, sir, was cheering for the Christians. I was like, okay, let's go Christians. I live in Georgia. I didn't want them to win. I don't want to see Georgia do well at anything except basketball. But outside of that, when I'm looking at this game, I'm hoping that TCU really, at least they're competitive, and none of that happened. But I am happy for Stetson Bennett, though. Man, you look at his story, the journey that he's taken, the humility he's been through, right, and all that kind of stuff. And then for him to ascend to the top of the college football world, that is a story worth telling. That's a story people can get inspired from.
Oh, yeah. He got a real Rudy type story. You know what I'm saying? Because he was good, cut. Walk on. He had a real story, man. But big salute to him, man. Moving right along, Lovie Smith and Cliff Kingsbury gets fired. Lovie Smith and Cliff Kingsbury gets fired on Black Monday in the NFL. There's a term called Black Monday. I don't know why I got to be Black Monday, but yeah, one black guy was fired that day. Yeah, and one of them was fired that day.
Hey, first of look, y'all might not want to hear this, but Lovie Smith is an okay coach. He's 92-100 in his NFL career, 92-101. He took the Bears to the Super Bowl back in 2005. Everybody thought he was the second coming of Mike Martz because he was great as a defensive coordinator with the Rams. But no, it wasn't going to be that. Then he even went to Illinois, got them to one bowl game. One. That one word went 17-65 in Illinois, and he still got a job with the Texans.
Yes.
And managed to win what were they this year? I think they even tied a game.
It don't matter. Right? The one game he won, the one game he won stopped them from getting the #1 draft pick next year, and that was enough to say, "Get your butt out of here."
You missed out. You missed out. Go ahead, Rick. Go ahead. No, love you, man.
No. Look, you're not wrong. When I saw that Lovie was the hire for the Houston Texans, I knew it wasn't gonna last long. I think we all kind of knew that, right?
Right.
But at the same time,
he's the token hire.
Yeah, and it's a great PR move, right? Like there wasn't a whole lot of black coaches being hired at the time. That was a big deal. And Houston's like, yo, if we can contribute to anything in the NFL, we will make the headlines a little bit better, right? So they went out
especially
and
with Watson's situation,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Coming off the Watson situation, it's a good move, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they want to attract, some other talent, because Watson kind of made it seem like the ownership was a little bit disconnected. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so if I'm looking at Lovie, I like you. I understand Lovie's not a great hire, but I mean, golly, if you got Mills at quarterback, like what am I supposed to do with that, right? Brandon Cooks wants to leave, he's there, but not really there, right? I don't have a for real legit defense. My offense sucks. Like, I mean, what do you want me to do with this? And he did the best he could do. Yeah, he was set up to fail. Yeah. That's the real thing. Most black coaches feel like they're token hires and set up to fail, and they're really set up to bring the team to the top of the draft so they can bring in a whole new regime.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good way to look at it. But Cliff Kingsbury was fired. He was 28-31-1, 37-1.
Yeah.
And 4-13 this season.
He was Kyler Murray's college offensive coordinator. He should have never got the job really for real anyway. And Kyler Murray is hurt, and look, we don't need you no more. Him and the GM got fired. Yeah, both of them. Both of y'all get on up out of here. It's
a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
After 4 seasons, you couldn't bring your boy back, and whatever.
And he won't read the playbook, and whatever.
Who's next?
Next, Texas head coach fired, and the top 10 men and women's college basketball. Texas head coach Chris Beard was fired. This was inevitable because he got in trouble with basically a physical assault towards his fiance. This brother was on house arrest, so to speak, but not house arrest. I don't know what you call it, but he couldn't go to his own house. One word couldn't go to his own house, messed up everything. She tried to kind of pull back.
Restraining order.
I never experienced that.
I know
like
you've
that,
never
so I
been
don't
in no trouble,
understand
my brother.
No, I have, but I just know how to. No, I'm just kidding. Next, but anyway, top 10 men and women college basketball. Don't hit no woman. I ain't never hit no woman, but hey, moving right along.
I got you, brother. Hey, look, check this out. We've been saying this all season long. If you have not tapped into college basketball, there is a lot of parity on the men's side. Every single week, we have a new #1, a new top 10. Unfortunately, my Duke Blue Devils almost up out of this joint. They had 24, but we're going to talk about the top 10. #1, Houston. #2, Kansas. #3, Purdue, who was #1 last week. #4, Alabama. Them boys is playing ball. #5, Tennessee. UConn is at #6. UCLA, #7. Gonzaga, 8. Rounding up 9 and 10 is Arizona and Texas, which the coach has been fired, and these boys still playing ball. So it don't even matter. He up out of there. On the women's side, look, South Carolina, and hear me today, I said that at the beginning, they're going to repeat. They're going to repeat. Stanford's #2, Ohio State #3, UConn #4. UConn always up there. LSU, Indiana 6, Notre Dame 7, 8, UCLA, Maryland #9, and rounding it out, the Utes, Utah #10.
Just James, you right.
He ain't lying.
Yeah, I would never hit Krista Avery Morris because I don't want them problems. She'll catch me when I'm asleep or something. Anyway, next subject. Gervonta Davis, undefeated after beating Garcia. This is really for The Voice to be talking about, but we're going to let you do it, Rob, because I know nothing about this. Nothing.
Hey, well,
but salute to our brother, The Voice, another MTMV correspondent. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, first of all, I wish The Voice was on here because this is what I'll say about boxing. I am tired of you one-words putting the fight on at midnight. I took a nap, set my alarm, and still fell asleep on this dang fight, bro. Because it comes on too late, way too late. Anyway, Gervonta Davis, he defeated Luis Garcia, 8th round TKO. Davis started off slow. He was even knotted up at the end. You dig what I'm saying? And he always started off slow. My man, this is the one thing I'll say about very good talent. Not the brightest. If you see an interview, you'll know what I'm talking about. And he was just in trouble on some domestic. What you say?
Why you do that man like that?
Am I lying?
Yeah, he did slip that in, didn't he, bro? He slipped it in so smooth, not the brightest. But anyway, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Anyways, he was just in trouble 10 days before this bout on some domestic. She recanted. He was able to win. Now he's 28-0 with 26 knockouts. So this brother, I hope he get his career right. He is boxing. He could throw the hands. He just got to get some other stuff together with himself. But I like the kid, man. He cold. Go ahead, Rick.
No, I'm just thinking the guy who he beat had a divided mind. I don't know if you saw his trunks. Like at the top it has Philippians 4:13, right? And at the bottom it had OnlyFans. So like
he smashing for the Lord. You know what, brother? On that note, man, I think we're gonna move on to our soapbox segment before we get censored.
Soapbox.
What is happening? What is happening here? What is going on here? All right, listen, this is our soapbox segment with me, Rob, and Rick today. Go off for 2 minutes on whatever we want to go off on. Normally, I go off on whatever, just old man stuff. Rob goes off on sports, and we don't know what Rick gonna do, as long as he don't cuss. So, we got 2 minutes. When it's over, you hear a buzzer that kind of sounds like this. Really, it don't kind of sound like this. It actually sounds just like this. And as usual, I always let my brother Rob go first. So, Rob, go ahead, then we'll get Rick, and I'll go last. Let's go.
All right. Look, man, we know that football is a violent sport. No matter what level you on, this is the reason why you will never see a one and done in college or straight out of the draft and out of high school straight into the pros. It's not going to happen because it's grown men, and the velocity of hits will kill somebody out there on that field. Listen, this is what I'm going to say. Since 2015 through 2021, we're still in the 2022 season, so I can't put the stat in there because there has been 1,596 concussions, 397 ACL tears. This is between preseason and the regular season. 919 MCL tears. Look, I'm trying to get my stuff up. Most of the time when a player gets injured, clauses in the contract kick in regards to incentives, et cetera, and the player is often left with leaving thousands to $1 million on the table due to that injury. After seeing what the NFLPA did with the Buffalo Bills for Hamlin after the cardiac arrest thing, this showed me one thing. The league, with all the money that they make, I want you to understand what I'm about to say. In this league, there are 20 teams out of the 32 whose net worth range from $3.2 billion to $6.5 billion. There's no reason in the world with the NFL, who got a bag of $17.2 billion yearly, can't look out for their players when they get hurt. The NBA just popped in a clause: if you play 3 years, you get health insurance for the rest of your life. With how much these brothers putting their lives on the line, their bodies, they leave with head trauma, bad knees, and a slew of other health issues. You can see Prime, he can't walk over there. He done lost a toe or two. But if they allow this insurance to come in and they can play Hamlin, because what happened is they came to an agreement where Hamlin would get the rest of his rookie contract because of the cardiac arrest. What I'm saying is NFL know this is a violent sport. They need to go ahead and kick something in so that when these guys do get injured, they got a little something on the backside, at least some health insurance, a pension, something. So NFL get billions, man.
All right. Brother Sincere, welcome to the Soapbox segment. Go in, brother. Let's go.
Well, look, I don't really have much to go in about, right? But I'll do two of these, right? So the first thing is, listen, NFL, all the teams that are looking for a great coach Come get Sean Payton. Man, listen, Sean Payton is out there, and he is a franchise changer. Listen, I just want to tell you, if you're Arizona, if you're the Broncos, if you're the Texans, do your very best to get this man on your team, right? You want him on your squad. If you're the Broncos, listen, you can't do nothing with Russell Wilson, right? You need somebody who can go in there and revive that man. A guy who can come, and why am I saying all this? I'll tell you why later. But you want somebody who can come in, right, and turn Russell Wilson back into dangerous. Right? That's who you want. Sean Payton can do that for you, right? If you're the Texans, you suck. And you've been horrible for years. If you want a franchise changer, you got to up the number 2 pick, right? And you got to give it up for Sean Payton. Sean Payton will come and revitalize that franchise, right? If you are, Arizona? Man, Kyler Murray don't want to study. He mentioned that earlier. Sean Payton ain't going to put up with that, right? He's going to make sure that he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. You gotta go get Sean Payton. Why am I saying all this? I'm a Saints fan, and what I want to do here is I want to get the absolute best compensation. Don't you dare treat Sean Payton as if you can get him for cheap. You feel what I'm saying? You can't get Sean for cheap. If you're going to get Sean Payton, you got to up the ante, right? You got to give up those picks in the first 5 picks. You got to do that because he's going to come and change your whole entire franchise. You think Sean Payton isn't worth your defensive end? Of course he's worth a random rookie defensive end, right? You think he's not better, a better, a changer for your franchise than a quarterback who may fail? Sean Payton ain't going to fail. Give it up for Sean Payton. Give it all up for Sean Payton. Last thing, if we're in a parking lot and there's a whole bunch of parking spaces, don't park next to my car, right? I'm just saying that. That's my life.
Salute to our brother Rick coming in strong. All right, man. Listen, I'm going to end it up with, y'all know me, man. So I work in the vendor business, and I make these deposits at the end of the day at a bank. You know what I'm saying? Bring in the ones or whatever. People think I may get stripper money or whatever. I don't. It's just from vending machines. So I come in there, and I'm always in the bank, so much so everybody know me. I come in, they say, hey, Chris, everybody know my name. It's a cool thing. This is something that's been irking me the last few times I went to the bank. So, right now, everybody watch TV and they say, man, COVID's back up on the rise. Then COVID's down. COVID's back on the rise. So people, you see the news get to talking about COVID. Everybody get their mask back out, right? Now, look, that's between you and Jesus. You want to put your mask on? Okay. It's between you and Jesus. You don't want to get the vaccine? Okay, you scared. Whatever. You thought everybody was going to grow extra arms. Me and Robin had the vaccine for years. We normal, but that's between you and God. We ain't going to get on that. But this is what I want to get on. So I'm at the bank, about to do my business, and there's a man, an older gentleman, pastor by the way, but that don't really matter. So he says, lady says, come on up. You know what they say at the bank. Come on forward, sir. So he about to come forward. He stops, no, let me put my mask on. And then he comes up there, and he try to do the business, and this is what it sounds like. Blah, 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 blah. And you know what he ended up doing? Pulling his mask down to do his business. So, if you so concerned about COVID, you so concerned about germs, why would you ever pull your mask down? Answer that question. You know why you would pull your mask down? So somebody could understand what you were saying. So, if you think germs gonna give you a pause because you talking? You think COVID gonna be like, oh, no, he talking right now. I ain't gonna come over here. No, it's not gonna do this. So, if it's okay for you to pull your mask down, to just talk to the teller, to do that, it might be okay if you just walk out the house without a mask. I'm just saying. I ain't trying to be too deep, but just think about it. You won't be more likely to get COVID standing right next to this lady telling her about your business than you just walking around. So, bruh, just leave the mask at the house. I'm just saying. Unless you just gonna keep it on the whole time, and I'm buzz my own self. Let's get into the debate feud.
If it don't smell good in there, then you got to wear the mask in the car.
All right, this is our debate feud segment where me, Rob, and Rick today are going to go in on particular subjects. But before we get through, let me finish this one thing. Like Rob said, y'all didn't hear this in the background. Stop wearing your mask in the car by yourself. What is you protecting yourself from? Your own germs. Your own germs. Which means you is dirty. Anyway. So you is scared of your own self. What is wrong with you? Nasty one word. Anyway, this is our debate field segment with me, Rob, and Rick tonight. Go back and forth on particular subjects, and we talk about it. We go for 7 minutes because we have a guest. We're going to go in. All right, very first thing we're going to get into today. NFL Week 18, impressed and depressed. Week 18, impressed and depressed. Mr. Davis, I'll let you go first while Rick is getting himself together.
All right, AFC impress. Jags punched their way into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's all, brother?
That's it. Impress.
Okay, really, my impress is the Jags, man. They handle their business. Tennessee, I'm sorry, Crispy. I know you was a huge Tennessee fan, but, no. They ain't going. Salute to the Titans, though. I was torn because I'm a native Tennessean. I was struggling, I got more happy for the Jags. Yeah, I am. I'm messing with them. I really is messing with them. But yeah, hey, salute to the Jags, man. Trevor Lawrence, I think he's an awesome QB on the rise, man. They're a dope team, for real, for real. Who you got to impress? Rick in the AFC.
In the AFC. Okay.
Yeah, AFC.
A little bit different. All right, cool. AFC.
It's the other conference.
Yeah, it was the other conference. I had some ready to rock for y'all too. All right,
yeah, that brother was good. He was good. He was really good.
Yeah, I was ready to go. All right. If it's the AFC, then I'm gonna have to go with the Jags too. If you're looking at it, Trevor Lawrence has really, really improved over the course of this year.
Mm-hmm.
From what he was last year, people thought nobody said it. Nobody would outright say that they thought he was a bust. Right? Nobody would say it, but he wasn't playing well. Right. And his coaches, in the club doing, behind the girls and whatever.
Getting lap dances.
Getting lap dances.
What up, C? I see C in the building tonight. Sports Talks with C. My bad, brother. Go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking about the timing. But anyway, so if you,
I just saw her on the thing, man. My bad, bro. I just saw the comments, brother. My bad.
But if you're looking at it, right, I'm thinking about that the transformation in that franchise has been incredible, and I love what I saw from the Jaguars this season.
Big salute, man.
I'm gonna go with them. Man, shout out to also if I'm gonna shout out anybody, it'll also be the Buffalo Bills, right? And why would I shout out the Buffalo Bills? It was magical, bro. It was magical how they came back, right? And the very first play, they scored a touchdown, kickoff return, Nyheim Hines. That was incredible to me, and the way they kind of gathered around their teammate is remarkable.
Yeah.
All for DeMar Hamlin. Salute to him, man. He's been released from the hospital. He's back. He's back in Buffalo, and breathing on his own, talking on his own, doing videos and stuff, man. So big salute, man.
Big salute to Rick for shedding a tear on the couch Sunday, man. I saw it in his eyes from when he said it was magical. I saw the whole thing.
Ain't nothing wrong with crying, bro.
AFC depressed Texans for deciding to win the last game, which got them from not getting the number one draft pick, which got my man Lovey up out of there.
Yeah. All right, my AFC depressed, man. I got the Miami Dolphins, man. Like, I know y'all just doing what the Dolphins always do, bro, but y'all really have a good team. I don't care that Tua got hurt or even Teddy Bridgewater, man. Okay, go to running and go let your defense win the game, man. But the fact, and I think they kind of slide to the playoffs barely. They kind of backdoor banana peeled into the playoffs. Yeah, but nah, man, they finna go home, and I don't respect them. I don't respect them. You know what I mean?
Their dorsal fin was cut. They flopped.
That dolphin fin was that dorsal fin. Shut up. All right, go ahead, Rick. AFC depressed.
I would say depressed would be the Browns, man. On my end, because I expected by now for Deshaun Watson to really start.
He been trash.
Right, and there was a huge bidding war in all season about Deshaun Watson, and the Saints and the Falcons and the Panthers all fighting over him, and the Browns scooped in there, right, and got him just for him to come in and be trash, not incredible. And he has weapons. He has weapons, so I'm expecting more from the Browns. I was expecting more from them this season.
Yeah, pedestrian. I'm with you with Watson, man. He looked like one of us out there throwing the ball. Like I'm serious.
One of us. Go ahead, Brett.
Yeah, okay. NFC impressed. We don't sing on here. Go ahead, Rob. I don't know what's happening with the On the MTMV. These are not the awesome, not the same podcast.
Hey,
you didn't tell me the rules before we came on.
Hey, what up, Hagens? He getting ready to like this. So my NFC impress. Fly, Eagles, fly, for making sure they got home field advantage during the playoffs. They did what they were supposed to do, and I was very impressed at the fact that they had to go handle business. You had the Vikings, you had the Cowboys, and they was like, you know what? No, we about to come on through and do what we do.
Yeah. My NFC impress is the San Francisco 49ers. This is why they have the third string quarterback. They did not slow down at all. They actually got rolling better with Brock Purdy. Who is Brock Purdy? Nobody knows. Some dude named Brock Purdy, but he handling his business. And other teams, when they got to go to their backup quarterback, they turn into, like my wife said in Spanish, basura, which means trash, right? Yeah. But they are not trash. They are still good because they understand the basic rule of football. If you can run and play defense, you will always win. It is like just – it's been timeless back in the day. Get you a couple of good running backs, and you can play some defense. You'll keep winning. Your quarterback can be a game manager, a.k.a. New York Giants back in the day when they had Eli Manning, a.k.a. just a bunch of game managers. There's been millions of them that keep winning. So, anyway, my bad. Rick, I know we're shocking Rick with all our NFL knowledge. We do like football a little bit.
You're not shocking me with your NFL knowledge. I know y'all go hard, man.
Go ahead, bro.
I see y'all with the stats all the time. My impressed last week was straight up the Lions, man. I love what I saw from them. Dan Campbell was basically, they had nothing to play for. Dan Campbell said,
hold on, bro. We got to get on one of these. Yeah. Big salute to them. Big salute. They said, yeah, we ain't going to playoffs, but nah, we going to make sure they don't go neither. Go ahead, bro.
Dan Campbell said that, and that's why I'm talking about this, because basically before the game, they're like, okay, either we're going or they not. And they stood their ground and made sure they didn't go.
Yes,
make sure the Packers didn't go.
Yeah, salute to that.
What up, B? What up, B? In the building. All right, man. Our next NFC deep. Look at Rick. Like, hey. Anyway, NFC deep press. Go ahead, Rob. What's wrong with this brother? Well, we'll go a little bit longer on this one, man. Yeah.
Cowboys period. Hey, let me tell y'all something, man. And we're gonna get into this when we talk about this wild card weekend. But the Cowboys, bro. What in the world are you doing? Man, I've never in life seen somebody throw a pick six and get dropped and then decide, here you go.
The Cowboys are exactly this, Rob.
Bro,
Cowboys, Jesus.
It don't even opposite of what the Lions did, like Rick said.
Yes.
They didn't even try to get home field advantage. They just here y'all go. Like that's I'm done. Cowboys, period, bro.
All right, I am with the Cowboys, but I'm gonna say this too. Also, the Green Bay Packers. Listen, man, you're Aaron Rodgers, and you lose. Look, I know the Lions are good. I know he had a motivated salute to the Lions, but you are Aaron Rodgers. You go on Pat McAfee's show every week and talk your stuff, and we gonna be all right. I told you gonna do this, relax and all that. No, you need to relax. You need to play better. Listen, it's not just your team that's playing bad. It is you. Right. You is playing trash, dog. I know you is a great, and I know one of the GOATs of the NFL, but you was not on Sunday, and you lost to the Lions. Now, the Lions are better. They're a better team, but at the end of the day, man, that's trash, dog. Trash. And bravo to what my wife say. MTMV is deep. Gang. That's right. Gang. Go ahead, bro.
Yo, I'm asking y'all just a really simple question. If a quarterback on a team threw 5 passes out of 15, right? 5 completions out of 15 for 43 yards and 2 interceptions, did that quarterback win the game or lose the game?
He should have lost.
He won. And that's why I'm upset with the Saints. Because their defense held the Panthers quarterback, Sam Darnold, to 43 passing yards. And he threw 2 picks. And you still lose? You garbage. And you got to understand it. And you have to recognize it, own it, and live with it, right? Because there's no way in the world a team should beat you if a quarterback is throwing for 43 yards.
This is true.
Yo, that's depressing, bro.
It's real depressing. and he's a Saints fan, but hey, you keeping it real. All right, next subject, man. Let's get into this. The most interesting things about Super Wild Card Weekend this weekend, and then who's winning these games. Let's go.
Interesting for me, the Seahawks and 49ers. I kind of broke this down game per game. And with the Seahawks and 49ers, I feel like it's a trap game that can come down to coaching. And being that Pete Carroll is not the best coach, I think the 49ers are on the roll and they can move forward in the Seahawks-49ers game. And that's just my take on it. But I do feel like it could be a trap game because it's a division game.
What's interesting to me is just everything. The whole playoffs. It's all I'm going to be just seated in the house doing nothing, watching playoff games, and I'm going to enjoy it. That's what's interesting to me. All of it. I said all of it. I mean all of it. Go ahead, Rick.
Will Tom Brady make Sean Payton the new coach of the Cowboys? And that is that.
that's all that matters from this Saints fan here. But go ahead, brother.
No. No, I'm just saying the Cowboys are in the playoffs again, right?
Yeah.
They're favored to beat the Bucks, who are very beatable, right?
Mm-hmm.
They should be able to go in there and knock off the Bucks. The Bucks are beatable. You should be able to knock this out. But if they're not able to, that tells me volumes about the coaching staff. Just like last week did. This tells me that the Cowboys are vulnerable too, because we just saw what they did last week. I'm looking at this Cowboys team like they could be Tom Brady. They could be a part of Tom Brady's story. And if Tom Brady walks his way through this playoff to the Super Bowl, it's their fault.
Let me tell you something,
fault.
man.
Go ahead, bro.
With that game that you're speaking of, Thomas and friends is coming to play. And you let Thomas and his friends get into the playoffs. This one where it always seems to win. And now you got to go to Thomas's house. And Thomas don't really lose at home much.
This is
and
true.
It's warm. Thomas used to win in the cold, and now it's warm. All I'm saying is Dak threw a pick six and didn't complete the pass and decided, okay, I'll complete it again, and threw to the same cat a pick six. I've never seen it done in my life. Like, dang, I didn't throw it. Let me try it again. You know what I'm saying? And you're not beating Thomas and his friends. That's all I'm saying. Cowboys are going home. I just don't see the Cowboys, the way they've been playing. Hey, all I'm saying is, man, I don't bet again. I said this all year long. If you let this man into the playoffs, it's going to be a problem.
I think the Cowboys are the most sorriest good team ever. Because they got the wins to be good, but they are sorry. Half of their wins came from a backup QB doing what I always talk about. I said this a couple of times on the show, running the ball and playing good defense. Dak comes back and he thinks he's actually a high-level QB, and he's not a high-level QB. He is average. I'm sorry. He's average. And because high-level QBs don't do what he did on Sunday. And he's had a whole lot of those Sundays. That wasn't the first Sunday. He had plenty of them joints. And Cowboy fans don't love Dak. They don't. They love Tony Romo. You know what I'm saying? And Romo was messed up a little bit. They used to love Romo. You know what I'm saying? They love some of these other quarterbacks, but not Dak. Not Dak. And Dak don't run no more. That's the problem. He used to run back in the day and run folks over. He stopped all that. He tried to get cute and sit in the pocket. You're not a pocket passer for real, dog. Chill out. Go ahead, Rick.
And your quarterback wore halter tops. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, your running back dude.
And
he's from St. Louis. He makes St. Louis look bad with them halter tops, man. Get a big shirt.
Hey, look, that when that brother came into the league, y'all forgot. That brother had a six-pack, and he was very excited about it. He wanted to show everybody why it existed and why it lasted, right? He even at the draft, he came with like half a shirt, right?
Yes. That should have told us everything we needed right then. We should have known right then.
Then COVID hit.
If ever in my life I get one ab, I'm doing the same thing. So
just
I'm
one.
That boy say he doing it.
I will wear nothing else. Nothing else.
Yeah.
So,
all right, man. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What
I was about to say. So who we? Rob, you got the computer in front of you, man. See, run out the games. We gonna say who gonna. Let's call who gonna win. The games.
So we went over the Seahawks and 49ers. We did Cowboys and Bucks. Now let's talk about Chargers and Jaguars, because I got something to talk about the Chargers and Jaguars. We'll go down the line from there. I'll let y'all start, then I'll do my 2 cents. We're gonna go over a little bit on our time, folks.
Absolutely. All right. I got the Jags, brother.
Okay.
I'm not look, I know their quarterback. I always forget dude for the
Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert is good and he got a strong arm, but he always loses. Like, he should have been in the playoffs 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? They always mess up. And listen, man, I believe in Trevor Lawrence, man. I think he's a big boy. I think he's very accurate. He got a good arm. He got a cannon on that arm, man. And they got a good team, man. So I'm going with them. I got the Jags. Go ahead, bro.
Rick, it's on you, bro. Yeah.
Got it for sure. I'm going with the Chargers, man. I know that some people are not, truly impressed with the Chargers, but they're a good team.
Not at all.
They're a good team. And so, and you have a quarterback, you have Justin Herbert, who's a little bit more adept to the moment than Trevor Lawrence. So I'm gonna go with Herbert in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm both the Chargers and the Jags are on the come up, and you got Lawrence and Herbert that's doing good. But I'm gonna tell you something. Chargers got a running game also, and I think they got more of a balanced team. And the Jags don't always finish games. They limped into the playoffs, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys though.
Yeah, but They did, but I'm going with the Chargers in this game. I think Herbert in that running game is definitely going to get it. So I'm with you on that. Next game, Dolphins Bills, gentlemen. Who you got?
No. Bills.
Yeah, Bills. Unfortunately, if Tua's not playing, then I'm going with the Bills. If Tua's playing, then I'm going with the Bills. Go ahead.
Bills all day long.
If Bridgewater's playing, I'm going with the Bills. No matter who's the quarterback, I'm going with the Bills.
Yeah.
I think the quarterback like Skyler or something. Is it Skyler or something?
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah,
Skyler.
yeah.
What? Your name is Skyler. Bills.
Him too. Yeah, him too. Next game, Giants and Vikings, and then I'll give my 2 cents.
Oh, Giants, and not cause V on here, just Giants. I do not trust the Vikings. I do not trust that quarterback in any big game. Every big game he turns into, lack of better words, he nuts up. Every big game he does, and that's what he'll do again. Although I think they should be the better team, I'm going with the Giants. Go ahead, Rick.
Hey, V.
V, you saw how I picked V. So anyway, go ahead, Rick. You know, y'all gonna do a show together soon too. So.
Normally, right now, this is our show, right? Like normally, this
right.
is the time when me and V do our show together, and we don't pick against the home team. We don't pick against the Giants unless it really makes sense, right? In this particular case, it doesn't quite make sense. But we're not on that show. We're not the same. And I'm gonna go with. But
get them, V.
I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Yeah.
Because I've seen Kirk Cousins be better than what you said he was in big time games, and I feel like
you won't see it this weekend though.
Right?
But go ahead, bro.
I hope not.
You might.
I like the fact that the Giants rested a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
So I definitely think they're gonna put on a good show, but I'm going with the Vikings to win that game.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Rob.
much love though.
All right, Hamlin.
Listen, honestly, I do have the Vikings, but I'm going to say this. It depends on what Giant team shows up. Am I going to get the G-Men at the beginning of the year where they was running everybody over? And the inconsistent play of the Vikings. Which Vikings team is going to show up?
Which one?
So, whoever scores first in this game, and I really think whoever scores first is going to win this game. If whoever scores a touchdown first, I'm not talking about no little chump field goal. I'm talking about whoever gets into the end zone for a touchdown, I feel gonna win, because the Vikings at the beginning of the year, I'm like, yo, the Vikings getting ready to take the NFC East. I just knew that was their division to take. Then not the Vikings, the Giants, and then the Vikings. I thought they was gonna take the North, which they did. But then they became inconsistent. They started losing stupid games, and then doing this. Then the Cowboys went up there and blew them out. And you let the Cowboys do you like this? So it all depends on who scored the first touchdown, bro.
All right.
There's just a lot of weapons on that Vikings team, man.
Ravens and Bengals, gentlemen. Who they got?
Yeah, I got the Bengals. Joe Cool, man. I respect Joe Cool.
Win.
And he's a winner. Ever since LSU, he's a winner. I trust that dude, man, especially in that game. You know, I can't remember their quarterback name right now.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson's not gonna play, and if he do, he ain't practicing forever. So I don't trust him coming out there. So I got the Bengals. Go ahead, bro.
Look,
brother.
He don't really need to practice, right? Like, he's Lamar Jackson. But at the same time, I don't necessarily think he can just kind of walk in and beat the Bengals. If this were another team, then maybe so.
Maybe
the
so.
Bengals, right? They were in last year's championship. They're really good, and Joe Cool is that dude. So I'm gonna go with the Bengals too. Just looking at the situation.
Listen, I've been saying this all year. Lamar Jackson was going to get burnt out when they started, and all the running he was doing. He led the team in passing and running and this and that. I say he's going to burn out. So I will say this. Macaulay Culkin and all his friends are going to go back to the Super Bowl if they keep playing the way they're going. And they're going to leave Jackson home alone. That's what I'm going to say right there.
They're not going. They're not going. Not with this Bills run. They're not going.
Nah, they ain't going to the Super Bowl, but they going to win this weekend.
Brother, let me tell you something. Now, this is my tinfoil hat for C, because he going to say it. The same way the Patriots won 9-11, they won the Super Bowl against the Rams. We all know that was some you-know-what. If the Bills win the Super Bowl this year, it was fixed because of this Hamlin thing. And I'll say that right off the bat.
I mean, they are actually good, though, bro.
The Bills are listen, they are good, but I don't think the Bills are that good, bro.
Where's your love for motivation, my brother?
Right.
Like, some people, like, there's extra motivation because of these circumstances. Brother. When the Saints won after Katrina, they say, oh, it's fixed. It ain't fixed.
It was.
It wasn't fixed.
It brought money back to the city.
That was fixed.
No,
Stop it. I watched every one of them games. Now there was a bounty gate, but it wasn't fixed.
Oh, yeah, it definitely was bounty gate.
There was a bounty on the head of every quarterback, but it wasn't fixed.
If the Seahawks or the Giants, no offense, win the Super Bowl, then it's fixed.
Brother.
Then you know it's fixed. No hate to neither one of those teams, but I think all fans of both of those teams will know, okay, we ain't finna win the Super Bowl this year. But we may get a playoff game.
Y'all can tell me stop. Let me tell you something. They gave the Patriots that first Super Bowl during 9/11. I'm standing
Mr. G
on
was
it.
gonna say stop.
Of course, because he's a player, and he's gonna say stop for Katrina. What a coincidence! All the money came back down to Saints. What have they done lately?
What do you mean?
Patriots
what are we doing?
Brings all all of them not legit now. Mr.
Before
G,
Sean Payton left, the Saints were the most winningest team during the regular season. What
about the playoffs?
Well,
next game, Rob.
You heard me specifically say regular season. You heard me.
He slipped that in there. Regular season.
No, look, my point is this: the Hamlin situation. Look, it had everybody feeling a type of way. But if everybody on here gonna tell me y'all had the Bills winning the Super Bowl this year, and we're not gonna even talk about Mahomes and his boys.
I said the Bills at the beginning of the year too. Yeah, I did say the Bills.
Real talk. Go to the website, right? Go to our YouTube channel. We interviewed Ryan from CBS, right? So we were talking to the guy from CBS, and when he came on, he told me specifically that the Bills will win. Our Bills are going to the Super Bowl. He told me why, and so in those videos, there's like small videos on our channel that talks about that. And so people have seen it before the season.
Who we talking about? It ain't neither one of you one words. Y'all ain't said it.
I did. I said on the show that the Bills.
I agree
about
with
the Bills
though.
like game one. I was like, man, they can go to the championship.
What I'm saying is right now, throughout the whole entire season, and I want this comment line to line up. Y'all are telling me throughout this whole entire season, y'all felt like the Bills was going to win the championship.
I'm going to put it in there. Ryan Wilson.
I mean, how could that be a shot?
No,
the Bills are awesome.
Not him. I'm talking about people. I rode with Georgia all year long. You rode with TCU all year long.
Yeah. Not all year, but I was there at the end.
TCU all year long.
He did. Once they started winning and got ranked, he said he said it.
Once they start winning, they ain't all year. That's like once they start winning.
Once they start winning and got ranked.
When I said once they got ranked, and we knew that the BSS, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about.
Don't explain it. Don't explain it.
Yeah. Anyways, when we knew that they couldn't do anything and Bama fell out, okay, then TCU. But I said Georgia from day one. I ain't seen nobody. Bills gonna win it all. The Bills. You want to know why? Because the Bills started tripping at one point. So now y'all telling me right now who gonna win?
To the Dolphins that people expected them to win.
Huh?
So
they lost a game to the Dolphins that people expected them to win. They lost a game to
Josh
the
Allen got hurt. You know what I'm saying? He was slow a little bit, and then also.
Y'all are telling me the Bills
they
are
the number 2 seed, brother. This ain't like we talking about some slaw team. This is like one of the best teams in the NFL.
Listen, I know they are a good team, but y'all telling me this Mr. Hamlin thing. Both of y'all are telling me y'all truly believe the Bills are going to go to the Super Bowl this year.
They almost went last year.
That the Bills are going to the Super Bowl this year.
Yes, they are a very good team.
I'm not talking about last year. I'm talking about this season. So Rick said it, and I just heard C say yes. Y'all believe they're going to the Super Bowl?
I wouldn't think it's no fixing if they get. Like I said, it would be a fix if the Giants or the Seahawks or if the Jaguars went to Super Bowl. That's a fix.
That's not a fix.
Not the Bills.
That's a run. That's a run.
Bro,
all right, man. Next game, brother. I'm gonna get like Shannon Sharp on you, bro. Next.
you gonna skip me? You gonna call me by my second name, my middle name?
We talk about one of the most talented teams in the league with extra motivation.
We're
talking about one of the most talented, top to bottom roster wise. They're one of the most talented teams in the league, and they now have extra motivation to win a championship. And you say no, right? Naheem Hines is running back kicks. That dude used to be one of the starting running backs. Like what? I'm just basically.
We'll see.
We're talking
one kick. How many kicks he run back?
No.
Two.
He ran back 2 for touchdowns in one game. I'm just saying that team is super motivated now.
Yeah, that
team is very motivated. On top of being ridiculously talented.
All right, go ahead, Rob. Next game, brother. You know we've talked about Thomas, Macaulay Culkin, the Bills and the fans. Who we got winning? We didn't say about the Tampa.
Okay.
And the boys, we got winning those games, though.
We did. We said the Bucks, didn't we?
No. We just kind of talked about the Cowboys and Tom Brady, but we ain't say who the winners going to be.
Cowboys and Bucks, who y'all got?
I got the Bucks. I got the Bucks because I don't trust the Cowboys, even though I think they should win. Tom Brady is Tom Brady, and he's defeated Father Time for years now. Go ahead, Rick.
Come on, Rick.
I have the Cowboys.
It hurts.
Okay.
It hurts. Who you got, Rob?
Yeah. I got Thomas and Friends.
And I'm hoping y'all right.
I got Thomas and Friends, bro.
But Thomas and Friends have looked so vulnerable over the course of the year. And the Cowboys have too, right? But you look at that pass rush for the Cowboys. You look at the problems with Tom Brady in the pocket. I mean, the reason he's been winning games is because he's been able to keep it close with that good defense. They may or may not be able to do that. It depends on which team shows up. And if the teams, that showed up on Sunday, or the teams that showed up weeks before that when they played on certain teams, and then he had to bring them all the way back at the very end of the game. If they show up, they could lose this game to the Cowboys. So I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
You said something key though, with good defense.
Right.
And what does Dak like doing? Throwing picks to good defense.
But that's if they come to play though. If they're coming to play good defense. And they're not always coming to play good.
Now
defense.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope the Cowboys win because my old dude and my family, they all in Dallas. And if they ever look at this show, I'll probably get disbanded and excommunicated and all that good stuff. But beating Thomas and Friends down there in Tampa, it's gonna be a hard feat. It's the playoffs, man. It starts all over. And for some reason, this dude wins.
Yes. Because he's the GOAT quarterback. He is.
You're not wrong.
All right, man. What D said, we ain't going to say it on the show, but if you looking, yes, that's what's going to happen. Use your imagination, audio people, audio listeners.
You want to know something else that happens with Thomas and Friends, no matter what team he goes on?
Yes.
The refs seem to swallow their whistles.
He ain't lying.
Every side.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you're not wrong.
But it comes out when the ball is 15 yards up and somebody just tap Thomas just to touch him and hold him up, roughing the passer.
Listen, can I say something to Mr. G?
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
That's not gonna be. Is he a Patriots fan?
Absolutely.
He is.
Nothing that Tom Brady does in Tampa is for you, my brother.
Don't do Mr. G like that, brother. He holding on, man. You know, Patriots love. They still love Brady, man.
Yeah, Brady the one, man. Brady the one.
They don't hate Brady, man. They still love Brady, man. They still love Brady. All right, man. Next game. What's the next one? I think is it Seattle.
That was
Seattle.
I thought we said Seattle 49ers. Y'all said 49ers.
No.
I don't think we said it, but
49ers. It's Friday at the Jaguars and the Chargers.
Yeah.
I thought because we said the 49ers. Okay, Seahawks or 49ers. Who y'all got going?
49ers.
No, my pick.
Rick.
I'm sorry, Mr. G. But I'm going with the 49ers. I'm going with the 49ers, even though I would love to see the Seahawks win that game. I'm going with the 49ers. I just think
why would you want the Seahawks to win? I'm just out of curiosity.
Okay, you've seen Geno Smith, and you've seen him at his lowest points in his entire career, right? And when I myself made fun of Geno Smith, and made it we all have, right? We all made it seem like he was a waste of a pick, right? And so maybe we just never thought he would do anything, right? And then when they let go Russ for Geno, we laughed at that too. We're like, oh, so you're gonna just move forward with Geno Smith as the answer? Come on, buddy. You can't do that, right? But then Geno decided to show everybody, me included, right, that y'all were wrong about me. I am, I'm a good quarterback, and he's all year long proved that over and over again. What better, message, what better story, right, than to come in there and beat the 49ers and really show the entire football world that Geno's for real and Geno's here to stay. And because people are wondering, will they get rid of him this year, right? They're still wondering. His spot's not solidified. This will solidify his spot for next year. Geno, show the world who you are, my brother.
Yeah, sorry, Gino. It's going to be TCU Georgia type action.
And I have 2 words for why Gino is playing good. There's only 2 words. There's one reason. It's not because he's good. It's because of Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll. He's a very good coach. He's a very good coach. Yes, he's a good coach. He's a good coach.
Bro, look.
He couldn't say Russ. Listen, Pete Carroll's a good coach. He was a good coach in college. He's a good coach in the NFL. He's still a good coach, man. It's a team that's conducive for somebody like him to play good. Put him on another team. Let you have Geno on the Saints. Would you like him? No, you wouldn't, because he's not a good quarterback. He still ain't gonna be good. Pete Carroll's a good quarterback. He's a good coach, man.
You're not wrong when you say Pete Carroll's a good coach, but I'd take a Geno right now because Geno will take care of the ball, right? And he has great arm strength. He has good arm strength, right?
Yes. He is better than what you have right now.
Thank you. So yes, I take him. Geno is exactly what we thought Jameis would be this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Geno's in the NFC West also.
Yes, this is true. And there's one team that's good. There's one team in the West that's good.
Where a third-string quarterback won the division. I mean, it's the NFC West, bro.
Yeah, somebody named Purdy won the division. Purdy.
They're good. Listen, every quarterback that came up was good. Put that in any other division. He's in the NFC West, bro.
But he did. So Kyle Shanahan did well against people who are outside of the NFC West, right? I mean, Kyle Shanahan's offense is good for quarterbacks. And
this is true.
Brock Purdy comes into that offense, right? And Brock Purdy is able to lead that. It's not because of the weakness of the division. Brock Purdy's doing well week to week against whoever, right?
He's a good game manager. That's all they need for that team. They don't need no super dynamic quarterback.
Because 2 running backs and receivers.
Yeah. Back to his point, because Kyle Shanahan's offense is quarterback friendly.
Yes.
So it's not just the NFC West. It's not just being weak in the NFC West. Hating on the NFC West.
I mean, it is weak though. I mean, I'm just saying.
They're not great though. Yeah,
it's not good. I mean, the Rams trash this year. You know.
Yeah.
Cardinals trash this year. I mean.
He ain't lying.
That's just trash.
Seahawks flopped their way in. Yeah.
All right, they hawked their way into
right.
to the playoffs.
Was all over the place. They landed right in the playoffs. Right.
All right, man.
We're here. What the heck?
All right, man.
Before we fly Seahawks fly at all.
Before we get up out of here, man, Rick, tell everyone about the MTMV network right quick, man. Let everybody know what's going on with that, brother.
Y'all,
before we let you go, and let them know about yourself real quick and all your socials and all that stuff. You know, to act like we really like you and stuff, man. We got to try that, you
know. For sure. Look, man, I'm gonna say this. One day I was really just kind of going around the internet, and I saw 2 guys, man, just really going in, right? Like doing an incredible job with the visuals. I saw the whole, setup. I saw incredible sports knowledge on top of CHH knowledge, right? And I reached out to, C and Rob, and I said, hey, y'all, would you kindly do us a kindness, man, and join our family and join our team, man. And you guys have been remarkable in saying, yes, we'll join the team. I say, hey, look, I don't want nothing from y'all, man. I ain't trying to take nothing. I promise, bro. All I want to do is help and add to what y'all got going on. And it was like, give us a second, man. We don't know about you. What you got going on? We're gonna
once again.
We're gonna pray about it, brother, and we'll get back to you, man. And I always encourage you to go pray about it. So I'm like, all right, brothers, I'll talk to y'all later. So after we got off the call, and when they reached back out and said, yo, we down for it, I was just blessed. Ever since that moment, man. We have been added to. Our team has been added to. Across the board, we have a family of people who love sports, love each other, right? Love God, and are trying their absolute best to bring you the highest quality sports stories, sports opinions, right? And sports journalism, in live game action, all the very best that they can possibly bring to the forefront. And we're just trying to grow together. We all have dreams. And so I even talked to, not the same about the dreams, the things that they have in their mind. We all have dreams across the board in our family and on our team. And what we're trying to do is get those dreams accomplished. And so MTMV Sports is really a family of individuals doing their best to bring you the absolute best in the sports world. And so because of that, You can find us on YouTube, right? Initially, it was just podcasting, and then we kind of ventured over into the YouTube space, right? And so since we've been in the YouTube space, you can see some growth because of the family. So you can check us out on YouTube. Just go to MTMV Sports. You can see everything that we're doing there. We did kind of venture off into the HBCU space because of not only because it was hot at the time, but because we want to show some love to those schools. And so we're still in that space, and you'll see a lot of that on the channel. But on top of that, we are covering games live. Sports Talk with C. She's at the last WNBA championship.
We are
game.
credential media, cuz this is not no play. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, we look, and we say this all the time, right? We media for real. We media. And so at the last Celebration Bowl, I'm on the field, right? Like I'm running around with my camera trying to catch the best stuff that's going on. And so we've been at a lot of those spaces. On Martin Luther King's day, we'll be on Martin Luther King birthday, I'm sorry. We'll be at the Hawks game. So we'll be covering that as well. Right. And so we're doing our best to just kind of move into those spaces. We know that you want to listen to people who are authorities in the sport. Right. And so we continuously do our best to make sure that we are authorities. And so for our retreats, we bring on, people from the NFL Network like Steve Weiss. We'll bring on people from CBS Sports like Emery Hunt. Right. And they'll come and talk to us about how we could be better sports journalists. And so what you're going to see when you see MTMV Sports is a team of individuals who are doing their absolute best to help each other live out their dreams, but also bring the best of sports to you. And so that's who we are, and that's what we're all about. You can find us at MTMV Sports on Instagram, at MTMVPN on Twitter. You can find us on TikTok, right? You'll see me just talking, but if you follow C, she's dancing. You can follow us on you can follow us everywhere, right? And actually,
why'd you have to bring up that part?
Because I love her TikTok page, yo. She be going in, yo. She be going in.
Bless our sister C.
If you look at the full 94 is doing their thing. Venora's here. She has her own show. We have MTMV. So we used to do MTMV Live, but now everybody's kind of split off, right? And kind of doing the things that they absolutely love to do, right? So you're going to see MVPU. Right, which is our college football show. You'll see MMA. So we do an MMA boxing show. So MTMV's main card that pops off during the week. You have the Not the Same podcast, and we'll have some of these clips from these shows on our channel as well, right? So and then on Sundays, and then we have the V Report, which is me and V, right? We go in about the hottest topics in sports. Full 94, just all of us. But on Sundays, this is the thing that matters. If you miss everything else, on Sundays, you can check out our channel, because what we do is we try to bring you an inspiring word from God with the sports background, right? So we look at something in the world of sports, right? There's a principle that God wants to bring to you, and we blend those two together to bring you just about 5 minutes. We call it a timeout. It's where we gather to get strategies for life and how we go into life with a new word of inspiration inspired from the sports world, and also inspired from the Word of God. If you miss everything else that I said, check out the channel for that. And that's kind of, that's who we are at the basics.
That's our brother Ric Sincere.
See.
Yep.
That boy good. He good.
That boy good. that boy put that marketing talk on. All right, man. One more thing before we get up out of here, man. Salute to our brother, man. We had a good time.
Y'all crazy, man.
Before we get up out of here, we got a question. Rob gets to talk to you because his brother is not sick no more, so I don't have to do his part no more. So go ahead, brother.
Right. Have you ever thought I really like what these guys are doing with these podcasts? Plural, how can I support them? How can it be a blessing to them? See, hit that button and show them what we need them to do. Hit that notification button, that subscribe button, and that there it go. And the likes, share it with some folks. You can also hit our Cash App up, sign, Not the Same Podcast. Go to the website, notthesamepodcast.com/support. You can also catch the last 3 episodes, whether it be the sports, faith and music, or the Bible study on the website. The latest 3. If you want to see all of them, just go to our Not the Same Podcast YouTube page, and you can get that. So that is how you can support us 2 one words.
And we will be back tomorrow night with another Not the Same Podcast music and faith show. We will be reacting to 2 music videos. I don't know what it is, but we will be doing it. We got a couple of submissions. We'll do that too. And hey, man, just be ready for it, man. Live and direct tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. So be there, be square.
Exclusively back in the day. On YouTube tomorrow.
Exclusively on YouTube tomorrow night. Well, with that being said, I'm C-Micah.
I'm Robert Dean.
We out. Salute to our brother, Mr. Ric Sincere. Salute to MTMV, man. Squad.
Christ lives in us, so we gave us the strength, so we gave us the power, so we he's showing out, that's why we